let's go back to 1989 for a second. Actually, I'd like to go back for more than a second, because 1989 was awesome. That was the year of Tim Burton's Batman, Capcom's Mega Man 2, Seinfeld's debut episode, The Simpsons' debut episode, The Little Mermaid, the very first Super Soaker. That was 1989. It was the year of happiness and joy. It was also the year of the Game Boy. Nintendo was redefining handheld video games with a puke green screen you could barely even see. All right, so maybe 1989 had room for improvement, right? No, see, that's the thing. 1989 had foreseen these issues. It already knew. It could sense a blurry, puke green disturbance in all its 1989-ness. That's why 1989 was also the year of Blue Lightning for the Atari Lynx. 1989 could see the future, is what I'm saying. Also Super Soaker. Look, I did not play this game back in 1989. To be honest, I didn't know the Atari Lynx even existed back in 1989. I was 5 years old. Like most people, the only portable game device that existed to me was the Game Boy, right? That's the one that hit the mainstream. The Lynx did not, for many reasons. But listen, I can tell you this. If you would have handed me this back in 1989, like if we could go back to 1989 for a second, I would have been blown away. Blue Lightning, from a 1989 perspective, is literally amazing. Like, literally. Because think about it. For most people back then, video games basically just meant NES. And here was Blue Lightning, a portable game that looked better than what a lot of people were playing on their TVs. So what's so cool about Blue Lightning? Well, I mean, honestly, to really appreciate it, it does take a 1989 frame of mind, which is to say, you do have to look at it for its time. You know, it's not one of those timeless games. You know, this one had a time, but for that time, this is a pretty awesome game. And again, as a handheld game, it's actually kind of mind-blowing. Like, my mind is blown, you guys. And I mean, I'm not a graphics first kind of guy, but for 1989, when most people thought of handheld gaming as just like Tetris, I mean, this is crazy. And it's not that the Game Boy was bad. I mean, its games were incredible. But from a technical perspective, Blue Lightning's just, it's on a whole nother level. I mean, there's different landscapes, there's actual terrain, like with elevation. You get swooped down from the clouds and you see tiny little specks on the ground that actually turn into massive battleships as you draw closer. I mean, it's just a really impressive looking game. Now, of course, the big question is, how does it play? Well, that's where you really need those 1989 goggles, which probably were a prize in your box of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles breakfast cereal. Anyway, it plays okay. It is a bit slow, though. You know, the game doesn't run terribly smoothly. It's kind of choppy, but I guess it plays okay. It's more a matter of design with this game. You know, a lot of these missions feel pretty much exactly the same, and since they're also a little too long, you know, some repetition and boredom do start to set in eventually. It just needs more variety, you know? Like, after a while, this whole thing, it's all pretty indistinguishable, which is a problem. And since it's not 1989, you also don't have any bonkers fruit chews, which is also a problem. Still, I was pleasantly surprised by this game. I mean, look, it's got a dumb name, and sometimes you wonder if your plane's targeting system even works. But holy crap, is it impressive for its time. And even though that time is past, it's still fun to go back to. It plays well enough, at least in short bursts, and it still looks and sounds pretty good too. The only thing puke green about this is the puke from your enemies, who you can see on the screen. Imagine that. That's crazy. It's like a jet ride back to the year of New Kids on the Block and the Power Glove. And all right, so 1989 had room for improvement. It's Blue Lightning for the Atari Lynx.